One-shot. It's October, so you know what that means. Halloween one-shots will be coming. Izuku Midoriya was a shy but smart kid. His grades were very high. His relationship status, not so much. As a senior in high school, it is pretty embarrassing to admit he hadn't got a single girlfriend the entire time. He didn't even have much friends. Not many people talked to him. And he was also just too shy. That's why he sat in the back where almost nobody else was, aside from a girl named Jiro. But she was always listening to music, so he never bothered to talk to her. Alright class, we have a new student joining us today. Please introduce yourself. The teacher had a teenage girl standing beside him. My name is Ochako Uraraka. My family moved here just a few days ago. It's nice to meet you all, and I hope we can all be good friends. Ochako introduced herself with a smile. Most of the boys thought that she was pretty cute and hot. Izuku thought so as well, but he immediately crossed out any hope he may have had with her. There are a few empty seats in the back. Just pick one, the teacher told Ochako, who walked to the back and sat down beside Izuku. Hello, Ochako greeted Izuku as she sat beside him. Hello, Izuku was already blushing from speaking to a girl. Oh, your face is red, Ochako pointed out. Don't worry about it, let's just focus on C class. Izuku buried his face into his notebook to hide his embarrassment. What's your name? Ochako questioned. Izuku Midoriya. Why? Izuku asked her. I'm interested in you, Midoriya, Ochako said. Huh, what do you mean? Izuku took his face out of the book to look at her. I don't know. Something about you just makes me feel good. I think I want to get to know you some more. Ochako smiled at him, making him blush even more. Be quiet back there, the teacher said. Sorry, sensei. Izuku apologized for him and Ochako. So do you want to get to know each other some more? Ochako asked. Izuku never knew a girl would be interested in him. He decided to give this a chance. At the least he would have a new friend. Oh okay. We can talk more at lunch, Izuku suggested. Sounds great, Ochako agreed. A few hours later, Izuku had already sat down at the table waiting for Ochako, but she has yet to turn up. I really hope that she wasn't lying to me. I will look so stupid. Izuku looked around for her. Luckily for him, she didn't lie. She showed up after another few minutes and sat down beside him. Sorry, I was in the bathroom, explained Ochako. It's fine. Are you going to get something to eat? Izuku asked, noticing that she didn't have anything. Oh no, I'm not hungry. I'll just watch you instead, Ochako said. Oh okay then, Izuku began to eat. Story continues below. He was very nervous from being next to a girl. He was really surprised that she was interested into him. So Midoriya, tell me about yourself. What do you like to do around here? Ochako asked. Well, I study a lot, and I read manga. Izuku didn't really do much, honestly. So I bet you're really smart. Maybe you can help me study sometime, Ochako smiled. I guess I could. So why did you move here? Questioned Izuku as he finished. My family's poor and we found a very cheap house around here. It's on 32 North Street, Ochako explained. That's my street. Izuku realized. Wonderful. Then we can walk home together after school. Ochako makes Izuku almost faint. Together. Izuku stuttered. Yes, together. Is that a problem? Ochako asked. And no, then it's decided, Ochako smiled. This girl is really nice at least, thought Izuku. At the end of the school day. This was a great first day, Midoriya. I'm glad me and you are friends now, Ochako said to her new friend as they were walking home. We are. Izuku didn't remember agreeing to that, not that he didn't want to be, of course. Sure. And hey, we can talk and do things like this every day. We can even walk to school. It will be fun. Ochako already decided that they were friends. Okay, that's fine then. Although I don't know why you would want that. I'm pretty shy and not that interesting, Izuku confessed. I doubt that. You have something about you that just makes me want to be around you. Actually, Ochako started to lean towards him. What are you doing? Izuku asked as she came closer. I'm sorry, Midoriya. I can't hold my feelings back anymore. Ochako came even closer. She can't be. She is. She is going to kiss me. This is moving way too fast. Izuku was very red. He braced for the kiss. He didn't feel anything on his lips. All he did feel was pain in his neck. What are you doing? Izuku immediately pushed her off of him and there was blood on his neck where Ochako was just at, oh shit. Sorry. Ochako apologized. Sorry. You just bit me. What for? Izuku was mad now. Well, it's what vampires do, Ochako explained to him. Quote. The vampire. There's no way. Izuku didn't believe her for even a second. How come? I did just bite you, Ochako said. Well, how come the sun isn't killing you? Asked Izuku pointing at the sun that was clearly out. Ochako just laughed. What is funny? Izuku asked her. It's just, there is a lot of misconceptions about vampires. And see my teeth. Ochako opened her mouth and pointed at her fangs. You really are a vampire. Izuku screamed and fell down on his ass in fear. Shish, I don't want people to know that. Ochako shushed him. Story continues below. But you just bit me. Izuku was still angry about that. I know and I'm sorry. But you have old blood and that's my favorite. That's why I was so attracted to you and my urges got the better of me, so I'm sorry, Midoriya, Ochako apologized. Am I going to be a vampire now? Izuku didn't want to be one at all. No, that only works if I want to turn you into one. And luckily I had enough control to not do that, Ochako said carefree. That's crazy, said Izuku, finding it hard to believe. There isn't a lot of vampires left in the world, so it's not a surprise if you haven't met any. They were hunted down and my family was able to escape. It happened before I was born, so I don't have all the details, explained Ochako. I see. But why are you out in the open going to school instead of hiding? Asked Izuku as he stood back up. It's simple. We blend in, that way nobody suspects a thing, and my parents can give me a normal life. Just please don't tell anyone, Midoriya. They will kill me and my family, begged Ochako. I won't. You don't seem that bad and I guess I wouldn't feel right if I got you killed. I thought vampires were more vicious honestly. Izuku had watched vampire movies but apparently there wasn't much truth to them. We can be see we do need blood. And since we can't obviously go around biting people, we use a blood substitute. It's not as good as the real thing though and I have gone years without it, that's why I am really attracted to you since you have my favorite blood type and I have been around you for the whole day. My urges got the better of me, explained Ochako. Oh, so you only were with me because of my blood. Izuku felt used. Oh no. Don't get me wrong, I do love your blood. You actually seem to be really healthy by the way, but you were also interesting social-wise. Ochako said. I don't really have much social interaction, Izuku confessed. Honestly, you're also really nice. And you're not a pervert. I caught some of the boys in the class looking at me but I didn't see you do it once. Ochako thought he was a true gentleman. Anyway. So what happens if you don't use your substitute and you don't get real blood? Izuku asked, hoping to change the conversation. If that happens I go on a rampage. It usually ends with lots of bodies until I'm satisfied. Luckily the substitute is really easy to get. It's basically anything red. I can just suck it out. Here watch. Ochako took out an apple from her book bag. She brought it to her mouth and she sank her fangs into the apple and Izuku watched the color disappear from it. Whoa, said Izuku amazed at her vampire skills. It is pretty neat. Again, it's not as good as blood, but it does satisfy me. Ochako threw the apple in a trash can that they walked by. Can I ask some more questions? I'm actually pretty curious. Izuku was telling the truth. Only if you promise to not tell anyone what I am, Ochako said. I promised Izuku. Then ask away. But I gotta say I figured you would be more scared of me, Ochako said. I was at first, but from what I have seen, you aren't so bad, Izuku smiled at her. For the first time in her life, Ochako blushed. Go ahead and ask. Ochako looked away from him. Alright, so is it true that? Too many questions later. This is your house? Asked Ochako as they came to a stop. Yep, it's not special but it's home, Izuku said. It looks nice. Anyway, the answer to your last question, it's true we can't die by age. But I am very young since I'm 18. Ochako answered his final question. I'm also 18 uraraka, Izuku said. That's great. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Ochako waved goodbye and left. Bye. Izuku waved goodbye as well. He thought about something and he made up his mind. The next day, Ochako was taking notes when a piece of paper slid onto her desk. She looked over at the direction it came from, which was Izuku at his desk. Ochako unfolded the paper which had Izuku ask her to meet him on top of the school roof during lunch. She agreed to go and she met him on the rooftop as planned. So what did you want to meet here for? Ochako asked curiously. Well, you remember how you said you use a substitute but it's not as good as the real thing? Izuku asked. Yeah, what about it? Ochako raised an eyebrow. What if I could give you some? Izuku asked, trying to keep a straight face. Give me some how? Asked Ochako, a bit confused. I can let you take some blood from me. Maybe every few days so I don't die. Izuku was a bit nervous. Why would you do that for me? Ochako asked, surprised from this offer. B because I feel bad for you. You have to pretend to be human and you can't even have one of your favorite things. And you are one of the few people nice to me, so I think I can spare some blood for you. So do you want to do that? Izuku asked her. Ochako smiled and she walked up and squeezed Izuku in a hug which he blushed from contact with a girl. It's no prob and you are already biting me. Izuku felt her teeth in his neck. Sorry. Ochako took her teeth out. It's fine. Pete, please continue, Izuku said while blushing. Maybe if she kept going he would stop. Thank you. Ochako put her teeth back in and drank her blood. And that's how Izuku became a blood factory for Ochako.
Finally, we can relate. Now we're side by side. This is me. I knew all along we'd find some way to come.